Tonight, we journey through a story filled with peace and kindness. Pufinia and Ranero, the whispering winds of honesty. This story is about a girl named Pufinia, who learns the essence of honesty with the help of a magical wind called Yarrow. In a quaint little village, nestled between twisting emerald hills, there lived a young girl named Pufinia. Her vibrant auburn curls danced with every step she took, while her eyes held the sparkle of 1,000 stars. Pufinia was known throughout the village as a curious soul, always asking questions and seeking truth. Beside the village lay an ancient forest, whispered to be enchanted with secrets and songs carried by the winds. It was on the edge of this forest that Kawaii met Yarrow, the whispering wind. Yarrow was a magical bee that took the form of a gentle breeze, always accompanied by the faint scent of lavender and wild honey. It was said that Yarrow could speak truths directly to one's heart. Summer afternoon, as the sun draped the forest floor in golden hues, Pufinia wandered into the woods following the melodious whispers that seemed to call her name. "Are you the one called Yarrow?" "I a little," she asked to the breeze that gently swirled round her. The wind paused, and a soft voice replied, "Why Pufinia, yes, child. I am Yarrow. Why do you seek me?" Pufinia sat beneath the large elm tree, gathering her courage, but we could wish to know what honesty truly means. I'd reveal a scroll about her, the air wrapping round like an embrace. "Honesty," I'll whisper. "Yarrow's the truest form of bravery. It is the light that guides your heart when paths are shadowed by doubt." Days turned into weeks as Pufinia returned to the forest, eager to learn more from Yarrow. She discovered that honesty wasn't merely about speaking the truth, but also about being true to oneself, admitting one's faults, and living openly. She learned the power of words and how they could weave trust or build walls. As time went on, the villagers noticed a change in Pufinia. She became someone who could mend bridges and heal wounds with her sincerity. She no longer feared speaking up, even when faced with difficult truths. Her kindness was a gentle balm to those around her, and her laughter a light that dispelled worries. One day, a fierce storm approached, its dark clouds mirroring fear and uncertainty. The villagers gathered fearfully, unsure of what to do as lightning cracked across the sky. Pufinia, with Yarrow's teachings echoing in her heart, stood bravely and spoke. "Let us gather our strengths together, facing the storm as one. Our honesty to one another will be our shelter against this tempest." Inspired by her words, the villagers worked together, helping each other secure their homes and comfort those in need. When the storm passed, they found themselves stronger and more united than before. To Pufinia, Yarrow became more than a whisper in the wind. Yarrow became a part of her, living on in every honest gesture and kind word she shared. The lessons of the whispering wind had forever changed her and her village. And so, Pufinia understood that honesty was not just a solitary virtue, but a gift to be shared, growing stronger with each person it touched. The forest remained enchanted, the winds singing tales of bravery and truth to those who dared to listen. This is the story of Pufinia and Yarrow, whose hearts learned to whisper the sweet songs of honesty. Heaviness drifts softly into the next comforting tale. Bluebell and Daisy's Journey of Growth. This story is about Bluebell, a young girl, and her crow friend Daisy, who embark on a journey to discover the heart tree, receiving wisdom and insight on growth. Once upon a time, in a cozy hamlet nestled in the heart of a verdant valley, there lived a young girl named Bluebell along with her extraordinary companion, a crow named Daisy. Bluebell was a spirited soul, with sky blue ribbons streaming through her honey-colored hair, always curious about the world around her. and Daisy, with her feathers shimmering like black satin under the gentle sunlight, had a sharp mind and an even sharper sense of humor. Their bond was forged in shared adventures, exploring the enchanting woods that surrounded their little village and learning about the secrets hiding behind every leaf. One crisp autumn morning, Bluebell and Daisy decided to venture deep into the forest, far beyond their usual paths. They wanted to discover the mythical heart tree rumor, to bestow wisdom and growth to those poor of heart. As they walked deeper, the forest transitioned from vibrant reds and oranges into a more mystical realm filled with trees of silvery bark and luminescent foliage. Bluebell picked up a fallen acorn, pondering its transformation from tiny seed to mighty oak, sensing a parallel with her own journey of growth. Daisy called humorously about how acorns weren't allowed to fly, but admired their deep-rooted strength. After hours of walking and sharing tales, they stumbled upon a clearing bathed in ethereal light. Standing majestically at its center was the heart tree, larger than any tree they had ever seen, its leaves dancing like emerald whispers against a sapphire sky. Bluebell approached, her heart beating in synchronized rhythm with the pulsing energy emanating from the tree. Daisy slipped round, joyfully, celebrating the discovery. The tree felt alive, speaking not with words but with the wind that rustled through its branches. Bluebell closed her eyes, feeling the wisdom of centuries coursing through her being, urging her to look within for the strength to grow and help others find their paths. Daisy perched quietly, observing the serene sarping isif her playful nature softening into contemplation. With newfound insight, they returned home as shadows stretched across the land, promising themselves they would share this wisdom with their community, inspiring others to seek growth through understanding and kindness. The adventure came to leave marks not only on themselves but also on the world around them. Let's drift softly into the next tale. Sheila and Kate in the beginning. This story is about Tiala, who through her connection with the dream Woodian P, learns that every dream nurtured can lead to new and beautiful beginnings. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between emerald hills and crystal clear lakes, there lived a little girl named Tiala. Tiala had always been fascinated by the twinkling stars that adorned the night sky like diamonds scattered across a velvet cloth. Her grandmother often told her stories about dream guardians, magical beings, who protect the dreams of children and guide them to wonderful new beginnings. One especially warm summer evening, as Tiala lay in her bed, a gentle breeze carrying the scent of blooming jasmine wafted through her window. She closed her eyes, hoping to meet her very own dream guardian. Little did she know that P, a curious and gentle dream guardian, had been watching over her since she was born. P's appearance was like a small wisp of cloud with shimmering eyes and a soft glow that radiated warmth and comfort. From this night, P decided to introduce himself to Tiala. The moment Tiala's eyelids fluttered shut, she found herself standing in a vast meadow, filled with wildflowers swaying under a starry sky. In the middle of this meadow stood P, glowing softly like the moon. "Welcome to your dream journey, dear Tiala," he said, his voice as gentle as the first spring rain. Tiala felt an indescribable warmth spread through her, as if the stars themselves had reached down to embrace her. They walked together through the meadow, with P explaining how every dream is a seed, and how each new beginning is an opportunity to grow. True to his role as a dream guardian, P showed Tiala scenes of her happiest moments, her hopes, and her deepest desires. He then guided her to a giant oak tree, its branches stretching towards infinity. "This is the tree of beginnings, where dreams take root and grow," he explained. Tiala watched in awe as the oak transformed, its leaves shimmering with colors she had never seen before, each representing a future possibility. As the night wore on, Tiala understood that every dream she nurtured could flower into something beautiful and worthwhile. The moon began to descend, painting the sky in shades of silver and rose. Helen knew it was time to return, but felt a newfound sense of joy and confidence. Hello, every day is a new beginning, he reminded as his phone turned fuzzy, signaling the end of their magical encounter. Chilla woke with the morning sun kissing her cheeks, her heart brimming with excitement for the day ahead. With T's guidance, she knew she could embrace each moment as a step toward new dreams and endless possibilities. Now, let's dive into another heartwarming tale. Bellflower and Lobelia, a tale of togetherness. This story is about Bellflower, a kind-hearted young woman, and Lobelia, a garden guardian, who together nurture their magical garden, embracing love and unity. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and sparkling streams, there lived a kind-hearted young woman named Bellflower. Days were spent tending to the vibrant garden that surrounded her small cottage, a kaleidoscope of colors, where roses whispered secrets and daffodils danced in the gentle breeze. Bellflower knew every plant by name, and she had long since adopted the habit of talking to them as if they were old friends. Her favorite among all the blossoms was the rare and enchanting lobelia, renowned for its deep blue hue which matched the sparkling eyes of Bellflower herself. Over time, she discovered that lobelia, unlike any other flower, seemed to respond to her words with a distinct serenity, swaying and blooming as she spoke. Unknown to Bellflower, this was because lobelia was no ordinary flower. It was the shelter for the garden guardian, an ancient spirit who watched over the flora of the land. Guardian lobelia, with its luminous presence, had silently admired Bellflower's gentle devotion to her garden, finding joy in her laughter and solace in her songs. One summer evening, as the sky blushed with twilight hues, Bellflower sang a melody that she created from her heart, a song without words that spoke of love, peace and unity. Suddenly, as if responding to her tune, lobelia's petals began to shimmer with ethereal light. The garden guardian revealed itself, a figure woven of starlight and shadow, with shimmering wings that seemed to carry the weight of every flower's bloom. Flower, though startled, felt an immediate sense of calm washing over her, as if she had been waiting for this moment all her life. "Dear Bellflower," the garden guardian spoke with a voice as soothing as a summer breeze, "you have nurtured this garden with love that transcends time itself. In your presence, the earth sings in harmony." Bellflower smiled, understanding now that her garden was indeed a magical realm where every flower and every leaf shared the whispers of her soul. "Together, we shall continue to nurture this land," she replied with joyful tears. From that day forwards, Bellflower and Lobelia, the garden guardian, worked hand in hand, weaving enchantment for every corner of the garden. The seasons passed, and with each change, their bond only grew stronger, a testament to the power of togetherness and love shared between human and spirit. Thank you for listening. Good night and sweet dreams.